Of course it went right in my eye.
Oh.
So today we're trying to stay out of the electrician's hair because he is actually setting up all of the electrical stuff for our oven so it can finally get out of our doorway between the pantry and kitchen. And then we're going to get the plug hooked up today for our washer and dryer. And so that electrical work needed to be done in the pantry room there. Oh my goodness.
We better get to the DIY.
Oh my gosh. And we're moving some plugs and the outlets that you guys have mentioned needed to be moved in the kitchen space. But we had over 1,000 comments from our YouTube family saying, you need gold burners for your oven. So we found some burner covers and we're gonna make them gold before we get eaten alive out here. So tomorrow our plumber will come and get us hooked up for the washer and get the sink actually situated in the pantry room as well as the sink in the kitchen for the island. And then we'll be back to functioning with all of the electricity that we need and our running water on the main floor, which will be a life changer for us and will mean that we can progress to the next steps that we need to for the kitchen renovation, like getting that backsplash tile on and things that we couldn't do until those outlets and everything were all moved. Maybe we should get the electrician to install some bug zappers.
Yeah, around the house.
Around the whole house.
Some type of bug laser beams.
Right? Now these would be super cute if I did like a little white pattern or something on them, using my Cricut or something, but I think it would be overkill, so I'm gonna do like simplicity, less is more, and just keep them just gold, I think.
I think they look pretty gold.
I just bought the most neutral ones I possibly could, and actually these were from the discount store, so they were only $2 for the set of 4, which I think is great. And leftover spray paint, because you know I always have my gold metallic paint on hand. So for almost 6 months of living here, I have a small pile of things in the art studio that I hide for a rainy day. And I have a vintage bread box that I'm dying to put into the pantry room when we're done. And I know that we're not there yet. And I really want to be working on those colored tiles that I'm going to continue in the pantry room. But because I can't be in the way of the plumber and the electrician today, I still want to tackle something that's going to go in that space. And so I'm going to revamp this bread box that I picked up. It needs a complete overhaul. So I'm going to go give it a really good clean and then do a DIY on that box so that it can be in there. So I'm thinking gold handle, and then I need to tighten the door so that it can flap properly because it's a little bit loose, but can be fixed for sure. I think I'm gonna paint it first, and then once it's dry I can tape off the handle to make the handle gold.
Yeah.
Because if I do the handle sprayed first with the spray paint and then I try to tape over the spray paint, I don't think that the tape won't pull some of it off if I don't let it cure for a day or two. So I think my best bet is to do the painting first, like the actual paint on the metal. It's not my first upholstered handle.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
That was pretty good.
I even had the right length of tape for that one. I should probably do this on something, or on the YouTube family and be like, why do you never use drop cloth?
Well, at least we're outside.
It's even eco-friendly drop cloth now. Talk about drop cloths and then I spill. Don't have a drop cloth, then I don't spill.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, my roller's not rolling. It's an unroller. It's resisting my... I did like the cute pattern on this, but it was pretty scratched up from whoever had it, so we're gonna refresh it.
Oh, it'll match everything. Is this going in the pantry?
Yeah. And this will be for Chase Safe breads.
Aw. I love that.
YouTube family, I officially have electricity in the kitchen and the pantry. I honestly thought this day would never come. We've had so many delays in getting our electrical work done, and we were finally able to find a reliable contractor who did a fantastic job today. hooking up what we needed for our stove plug to be in the proper spot in the kitchen. He moved some outlets for us so we have electricity plugs accessible to have like small kitchen appliances and stuff on the counter. The ones were actually behind the cabinets that were in there, so that needed to be brought up or moved to the side so that we could utilize those. And I have a plug, the proper adapter plug on the wall, set up properly for our dryer. Unfortunately, our plumber couldn't make it today, but we have a different plumber coming tomorrow. So fingers crossed, our plumber comes tomorrow and we can get the rest of the water and everything hooked up. And then the kitchen renovation is smooth sailing from there, because those were the two big things we've been delayed and waiting for. So yay for electricity in the kitchen. There was a mess here. I told the electrician to leave it. They had a super long day here and we still need to break off some more tiles here. So I was like, I'm gonna make a mess here anyways, just leave it. But you can see I have a spot here for the plug for the dryer. Okay, behind here, where is our stove and our counter that we have here? We now have the plug for the oven back set up here, and we had these outlets moved here. So we had this one moved over. It was back behind this cabinet here. So now it will be along the side. It'll be much more accessible for things like a vacuum or even just to plug a toaster or something into. And then we had the plug that's on the back here. We had this one moved from down here up so that now we can utilize it on the counter. So that was so nice to have that finished today. We're going large pattern.
Yeah.
At least we're trying it. We want to do...
There was too many comments to not, where they were saying that this might be too busy and that it should be 4 squares instead of just the 1 square. And actually, we knew that, but we're gonna go with what our YouTube family is saying and try out the 4 square too, because this possibly, it's beautiful, but it could be a little too busy. So we're gonna try the 4 square.
And I figure with the amount of work it will take to just do the 4 squares, we might as well just do it, see what it looks like, because it could be easily wiped off the one that I already did or this one before it's clear coated. So if I'm gonna test out the theory of big or small, now's the time to do it. So I've used the same Cricut vinyl and I just extended the pattern into literally 4 quarters of the tile. So each of the tiles is now a quarter of the pattern. And then we can kind of gauge and stand back and look at it. And then our YouTube family can vote. Since you had so many opinions on big or small, let's really look at it big or small before I put in hours of work to do this. The colors dried once I did the second coat a little darker than when I initially showed it on the camera as well, because I think it was still wet when we showed our YouTube family originally. But
yeah, it's a little more vibrant.
All right, ready? Big pattern. Much easier to stencil. I don't know what I was thinking. I was doing the small one the other night and I didn't see it as 4 quarters. I saw it as one big thing. So
I think when you're like...
Chase looked at it and he was like, why didn't you do 4 quarters and it wouldn't have been so small?
There's a new day that will come again tomorrow. There's a new day to wash away the pain. There's a new day to take away your sorrow. And the old ways get washed out by the rain. Darling, you've got to keep holding on through the night.
Have you figured out which one you like better? Do you know?
I can't decide. I keep standing back at it thinking they're both equally the same amount of work, really. So that's not even a factor. And I don't care about that anyways, because I'll take as many hours as it takes to do it for what it's going to look like, because it'll be... I do love how dainty this one looks.
It is very pretty.
Because it's so like, I feel like it's really, really pretty. Mm-hmm. But if I do this one, then I want it on every tile. I don't think I want it staggered. That was suggested that I would do like every other one or maybe do it in a pattern. But I don't know. I'm just gonna finish this one and then stand back and stare at it and hope that maybe our YouTube family has some insight so I can make up my mind.
I do love the little one.
Yeah, me too. I I don't know. I don't want to necessarily say my opinion because I would like honest opinions from our YouTube family. And if I say like the little one, everyone's gonna be like, yay, do the little one, because they love me and they want to like cheer me on or whatever one I decide because they want me to love it. But if I say like the big one, then they'll vote for that one. So I'm not telling you, YouTube family, what one I think I like more, because then you will tell me what you really think. But I love you all for cheering me on. Okay, so we do have evening light right now, but I want to give you a good idea of what you kind of were suggesting that I did with the turning the powder into 4 separate quarters, which is what I've done here with the large one, or I have the original small one. So vote in the comment section. I still do need a second coat on the yellow on this one, but until I decide what I'm gonna do, I haven't done the second coats, but you get the good idea just what the colors look like. So 4 tiles or 1 tile? Leave a vote in the comment section because I'm going to tackle this later on tonight and see as much as I could possibly get done based on your votes. So go vote. Okay, let's go check out what my oven burner covers look like. Okay, so this is what the burner covers look like. I think they look really cute and they really add to kind of what we have going on here. I also just kind of think that the gold maybe is a little bit overkill, but I think it's a good way to just show that it's gonna stay clean this way and then just have those covers. So I think they're pretty cute. So thank you for the suggestion, YouTube family. Okay, so today was a really productive day in terms of the kitchen renovation. Getting that electrical done is a huge step in us getting to the next steps of what we need to do, like doing our backsplash and getting our wood stove in and actually adhering our countertops and our cabinets that we built to the actual walls. Everything's kind of just been floating in the limbo right now before we could get that done. Tomorrow morning, our plumber is going to arrive and fingers crossed we get all of the plumbing done all in one day and we can move on with this build. Thank you so much for cheering me on. I love you guys and I will see you tomorrow.